that women have only 3/4 of the economic rights of men? Good morning and welcome to another episode of Women Empowerment. This program is being organized and sponsored by the Rule of Law and Empowerment Initiative, also known as Partners West Africa, Nigeria. My name is Nkem Okereke and I'm the host for the program. With me is my co-host Uzoma. Welcome, Uzoma, to the program.
Thank you very much, Nkem. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show.
The topic for today is protecting the rights of women. And our guest for this program for today is a human rights activist. She is a coordinator of Proactive Gender Initiatives, an NGO that fights for the rights of women, children, and vulnerable persons. Stay tuned as we will come back with our guest.
Welcome back. We are introducing our guest before we went for a quick break. She is a principal partner, Heptagon and Associates, and the convener Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room, which is an umbrella body for NGOs in Nigeria. Please welcome Barrister Esther Uzoma. You're welcome to the show, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am, for coming.
My pleasure.
Okay, so, ma'am, I will go straight into what we have for you for today. Okay, so we hear that women's rights are human's rights. Please tell us what it is in a layman's language.
When we say that human rights are women's rights, we're saying that the rights that accrue to men, the rights that men enjoy, the rights that are protected and provided for under our laws for men, that those rights should also accrue to women because women are human beings. Women are women beings. Because sometimes people tend to forget, particularly coming from a common law background. Under the common law, did you know that women were treated as chattels? Chattels means goods. Under the common law, women lacked mental capacity. They could not enter into contracts. They couldn't buy and sell and negotiate because the common law said women lacked mental capacity, that they can't reason. And so coming from that background, yes, it took time. It took time, a lot of education and advocacy to say, listen, women are human beings. Women have mental capacity. Women can negotiate and enter into contracts. So what we're saying now is this. The rights that accrue to men by reason of their humanity, those rights should also accrue to women because they are human beings. That's all we're saying. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
Before I go to the next question, this common law, I'm sorry, I'm just hearing it today for the first time. When was it in existence?
Well, common laws, these were laws that were practiced before we now brought in our own laws, enacted our constitution.
Okay.
And so you find that in some aspects of our daily life, we still apply common law. Yes, they are inherited legislation, from our colonial masters.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that
You're
clarification,
welcome.
Mike.
So, in your opinion, ma, do you think there's a difference between gender equality and women's rights?
Yes, a lot. Even though sometimes, they merge. When we're talking about gender equality, we're talking about the roles that people play, the roles ascribed to the various sexes. That these roles, we're saying that, these two persons, because gender is sociological, we're saying that these two roles that people are just equal, even though they're different. Gender equality. And now when we're talking about human rights, women's rights, we're talking about actual rights that are provided for under our laws, under our various legislations. Sometimes people mistake the roles as rights. For instance, in the home, we'll say, who has the right to tend to the baby? Those are societally crafted functions. So the woman tends the baby, the man goes out to, make money and take care of the home. It is not a matter of law. It is gender, it's a gender-based rule that was crafted. Sometimes people mistake these rules as rights.
So I wanted to get another clarification. Gender roles and rights,
Women rights.
and yes, and women rights and gender equality. So you're saying a woman can still be the one that does the cooking, takes care of the babies, helps the kids with the assignment, and still have the same equality with the men. Is that what you're trying to say?
Let me tell you, see, the issue of equality, men are always jittery when they hear it. Why are men jittery when they hear the word equality coming from a woman? They think you want to take my place. What place is that? The sexes are equal and different. God made them different. There are things that only a man can do, and there are things that only a woman can do. Now, once you introduce equality, they say, look at them. Look at them, they want to know. The whole idea of bringing in the concept of equality in discussing gender is just to tell you that, listen, that person beside you is a woman. She complements you. She brings out the best in you. If you want to know the full extent of what a man can do, introduce a woman beside him. Nothing provokes a man to greatness like a woman. It's either the love of a mother driving a man to be the best he can be, or the love of a daughter, or the love of a wife. Nothing. A man can only be the best he can be when you have that love beside him, persuading him, encouraging him. And so when we talk about equality, what we are saying is this: you have an opportunity to be the best you can be when you leave this person that is beside you, when that love is there for you. See how empty a man feels when a man is not loved. Not only empty, lost. It's easy to know a man who's having issues, because if you see a self-assured man, there's a woman's love somewhere behind. It's either grandmother, it's either mother, you see that there's always that feminine. God made us in a way, say, listen, helpmates. Is that not what we are? And so what we are saying, whatever the issue, because equality is a word that most men have been groomed to detest. Once they see equality and see women, say, look at them.
I'm sure she's not living with her husband.
But that is not it.
Well, thank you for that breakdown of what the difference between the gender role, gender equality and all. But we are moving on to another question now. I'm sure you heard the recent case with the medical doctor female that was being battered with the husband in Benue State, and how the governor came in as a King Solomon to try and set the problem. So it's just bringing me to the question: do you think women's rights is being protected? Do you think it's being promoted and protected in the country?
Well, rights, the law will not work if you don't work it. And the law, it's the vigilant, not the indolent. The law, it's the vigilant. You have to be alive to your rights. Justice Oputa once said that, if people do not rise up to their rights, say, let them sleep, don't disturb them. If the law says you have a right to life, for instance, what does it mean? It means that you have to be aware and agile. That a man coming towards you using an AK-47, your right to life means you have to defend what?
Yourself.
It's an active word. All right. So that protecting of rights is how far. Do you know how you beg women to complain when they are beaten and battered? Do you know it takes advocacy Look at the level and quantum of advocacy we do. Well, it's because there's a lot of reasons for that, but you have to talk to a woman. This person is beating you. This is not good. You have to educate, you have to conscientize a woman to what is painful. It's crazy. Even animals repulse pain.
Yes.
If a cat keep coming here and each time it comes you beat it, each time you come you beat it, it will stop coming to you.
Yes.
But not women. Because we have a society that thinks less of a woman if she is not under a man.
Yes.
So we have a society that the woman has been bred to draw her reputation from the man. It's only in very few cases where you see some alpha women who are standing out, having a reputation of their own because of what they have done. Think of people like the Okoji Walas, trailblazers, Dora Akunyele's, trailblazers, even Fela's mother, trailblazers.
Yes.
Alpha female. Alright? But ordinarily, the society, the woman is socialized to draw her reputation. What she is dependent on. Exactly. And so because of that, the laws that she has protecting her from injury, from assault, from abuse, from rape, she is not eager to exercise it. And the laws will not work if you don't work it.
So that brings me to the next question. What are these laws?
Oh, fantastic.
The rights of women. Yes.
All right. There are several laws that protect the rights of women. There's the 1999 Constitution, which is the principal law. There's the Penal Code. There's Criminal Code that criminalizes conduct. There are Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. Even the Married Women's Property Act. Because before now, the law had to be crafted specially to ensure that even if a woman is married, she can still own property. These are some of the laws. But chief amongst which I would really love to talk about is the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. This is a wonderful piece of legislation. For the first time in this country, we have a law that actually acknowledges that a man can be raped. Before now, it was inconceivable to say, how do you rape a man? It's either he's willing or he's not. But that law says, listen, Section 111 said, a person is said to commit rape when he or she uses any object. So when it's gone beyond penile vaginal contact, any object on any body openings. Any object on any bodily opening. And that law actually is in tune with the times.
Yes.
Because sex has gone beyond the penis and the vagina. There are other openings in the body.
Yeah.
And so that law is a fantastic. It criminalizes.
Sorry, ma. What did you call the law again?
Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. It's a fantastic piece of legislation.
Okay, ma, I will have to stop you here. We are going on a short break and we'll be back and continue with this very wonderful discussion. Thank you very much, and please stay tuned, our viewers.
Well, welcome back, our viewers. I hope you're all enjoying this interesting discussion for today. So we'll go on, ma, with the last question we asked you before we went on break was you telling us the laws that protect the rights of women. Yes. So one of which you said the major one is the VAP Act, is the Violence Against Persons Act.
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah. So we want to find out, ma, are these laws being effectively implemented in Nigeria?
Yes. The law in itself is important if you do not provoke it.
Okay.
And the process of activating the law, it's a process. How do you activate laws that exist in your favor? You must take the pains to go to a police station.
Yeah.
You must take the pains to report, write your statements. Sometimes you will even pay for opening file. Justice, P1 is throwing a lot of light on the justice sector.
Yeah.
Justice is not cheap. But if you don't work, you won't work it. You have to work the law.
Yeah.
And so this, for instance, stalking is a crime.
Yeah.
As in, I'm here, I see this person. I go to the supermarket, I see the same person. I go to the filling station. The law says, listen, you are stalking me. So these are some of the wonderful provisions. But for you to engage the law, to activate the criminal justice system, it's not cheap and it takes time.
Yeah.
But that is the only way. If you don't activate it, but once you activate it, the courts are there to follow through.
Yes, ma'am. So do you think some states in Nigeria are doing better
than
compared
others.
to other states, especially regarding this VAP Act?
Yes, Lagos State is still the sector of excellence. So,
Oh, okay.
yes, I give it to them.
Okay.
They have a lot of support systems for women who complain of violence. A lot of support systems,
Okay.
a lot of structures in place, and their protocols. They've demystified, So generally, it's a work in progress.
Okay. Okay.
So, what role do you think religion, tradition, and culture does to the rights of women? Do you think it promotes or it hinders that?
Well, religion is a power center. Religion. And there are gatekeepers to every religion. So watch out for the gatekeepers. You find always that the nuances, the desires, aspirations of the gatekeepers somehow gets translated into religious policies. If a religious gatekeeper wants to be eating chicken every Friday, he will tell you that the gods have spoken. Hello. That's right. That is correct.
Yeah.
If a religious gatekeeper wants to be eating cow at the end of every month, he will say that the gods have spoken. Who are you? How will you verify what the gods have said? And so you find again that there are gatekeepers in religion, there are gatekeepers in culture, and their nuances always get translated into policies.
Yes.
Always. Yes. Whatever they desire becomes policy. And you see how sensitive religion is. It is about man's relationship with a God he does not see. So these gatekeepers are the all in all. No wonder that the earliest struggles we had, even in civil rights, was to remove religion from government and make it personal. Because always you find that the nuances, the ones they were even the ones dictating who will be what. Yes. So, as per culture, the gatekeepers in every culture also affect, they're the ones who, because in culture we live, a huge part of what we are is about the culture we breathe in, the people who accept us, family. All right? So, they say, listen, if you are a woman in this family, if your husband dies, you shave your head. Okay? The people who enforce it are the women whose head have been shaved before. And so they will insist that it will happen to the next person. Exactly. And so they stand at the gates, just ensuring that that thing that happened to them happens to another person. But the beauty of it all is this. The law is there as an agent of social engineering. Look at the latest judgments from the Supreme Court, for instance. In Igbo land, where I come from, women do not inherit their fathers. You can't inherit land, all right? Until one empowered woman came and said, listen, I should inherit my father. Let me tell you, that woman withstood an institution. The entire Southeast, one woman went to court, right up to Supreme Court to say, listen, why shouldn't I inherit my father? He is my dad. And the court said, listen, why are you people doing this to Igbo people? Yorubas inherit their father. Northerners inherit their father. Why the Igbos? All right? So that was one woman using the law to change culture. So always, the law will always come to an aid, but it has to be somebody who is vigilant. The law aids the vigilant, not the indolent. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you
very much for this insight, ma.
My
So
pleasure.
I just want like a follow-up question for what you've been saying, like the law aids the vigilant. What should be advice to young women or women that they actually know they have these rights, but they just don't know how to go about it. What would be your advice to help them?
For young women, keep your hearts and mind open.
Okay.
If you are married, love is still the way.
Mm-hmm.
Love conquers all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't come and stand when your husband comes back from work and say, I also have a right to food. All right, because men and women react to issues differently.
Yes.
There's a way you will treat a man, he will fetch the word and keep it at your feet. That same man, there's also a way you will treat him. He will resist you from today till tomorrow. Everything you say, he will resist it. So, in coming into the arena of the family, for the young woman, love is the way. But once abuse is introduced, there are no excuses for abuse. Once a man starts hitting you, assaulting you, love is no longer served. All right? Otherwise, love your way through. And then do not give your children the impression that abuse is normal.
Okay.
No. It's more abusive for children to grow up in a toxic, abused environment. It will not make them achieve their full potential. And so whenever abuse is served, not just for you because you want to keep your reputation, think about what it's doing to the psyche of your daughter. She won't even speak up when a stranger is abusing her, When the driver is abusing her, she will not talk. All right, so if you consider, yes, you want to keep your home, but think about your children. You have to draw the line at some point. But above all, love is the way to go.
Thank you,
Ma'am.
My pleasure.
All right, so I think to conclude everything, to summarize, the one thing I'm taking from what you said is gender equality. There needs to be more sensitization on that. People don't understand what it entails. When you say gender equality,
it doesn't mean women want to have penis.
Yes, it doesn't. People need to understand what this is.
I agree.
There should be more sensitization on that.
Especially on the VAP Act, because so many people just say, now government law. They don't really, I don't know, maybe there's a way we can do like an abridged version.
Okay.
Share for everyone to understand.
Or even do a series on VAP Act.
Yes, maybe a series on VAP Act so that people get to understand what it's about. And I liked what you said at the beginning of the show. The rights that are accrued to men should also be accrued to women because women are human beings.
That's right.
So everyone is human being. A man has a right. Same way women have a right. So we are not less. Alright.
Yeah. So thank you very much, ma'am, for this wonderful interaction, and thank you all our viewers for listening. Join us again next week Friday by 11 a.m. for another interesting episode. Thank you once again, and see you next week. Bye.